you say, "Hi, I'm Mr. Gare, and this is Think Outside the Coop."
Thanks for joining today. I'm Caleb.
I'm Linksy.
And this is Think Outside the Coop.
Think Outside the Coop. And
Think outside the coop.
And this is Think Outside.
Oh.
And this is
Think Outside the Coop.
And this is Think Outside the Coop. Oh, the girls are getting into it too.
Everybody's getting into it. It's been a while. Thanks
They're
for
like, yes, mantras.
Mantras! It's been like about a month and a half since we've been outside.
Yeah, since we've been one-on-one without any special guests. Got to talk to my good friends Sprite and DG. They were freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I love them. If you haven't watched that, please go back and watch it. If you're interested in the streaming world, gaming world.
The music world, we talked to our friend Isaac too.
Yeah, really cool insight. We're going to get a little deeper with some talk about mantras. And I think with the state of the world now, this is right on time.
It's confusing times. Everybody's struggling a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Even us.
Finding anything that you can find to ground yourself right now is going to be important during this time where everything out there just wants to confuse you and take over the narrative of what you believe is going on in the world. So what is a mantra?
What is a mantra? A mantra is a quote or a phrase that you can tell yourself or others, a scripture, a verse.
It can be whatever you want
a poem.
It to be.
Any kind of phrase that brings a good, healthy balance and positivity to your life.
I like that. It brings you back to homeostasis when you feel like you're a little helter-skelter, you know, in one way or another in your life. It can balance you out. And the important thing is that it can be easily remembered and easily repeated.
Yes.
When you need it.
Yes. Oftentimes saying it over and over again is a better outcome than just saying it once because you truly start to believe it more. Mm-hmm. So that's a mantra.
All right. A mantra is a sacred sound, syllable, word, or phrase, often in Sanskrit, repeated during meditation or daily life to focus the mind, promote calm, or invoke spiritual transformation. However, one of my mantras is, I don't know if it's Sanskrit. I think it might be. It comes from the book The Alchemist, which is, if you haven't read it and you're interested in alchemy of mind, which is transforming one thing of your mind that you don't, transforming something in your mental space into something that can serve your life a little bit better. The Alchemist is such a good book. Oh my gosh. And one of the things that is consistently said in that book, and I've taken that mantra with me literally for years, is maktub, which means what will be, essentially, in layman's terms. And so just that word maktub means many words to me, and I can say it once and it grounds me in times where I feel overwhelmed or confused or just in my head, not grounded in reality.
I'm a really big fan of like having simple mantras with like a beginning phrase of I am. I like the idea of like affirmations. It's something that's affirming to make me feel more confident about, even just saying like I am confident or I am determined. I am faithful. I am strong. I'm happy. I'm at peace. I am caring. So simple stuff like that is kind of like a validation as well, especially if you're kind of in a weak, vulnerable spot, you know, with your confidence possibly, or like with your job, or like in an emotional state is maybe unstable, or like your mental state, you're focusing on something else and you're worried about it, about job, you know, or the lack of a job, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, especially now, like with, you know, food security being like a real thing. Like people are afraid they can't eat because of the state of the world and how expensive food is right now and how unsure the economy is. And Yeah, like something like that can really like throw you for a loop where it's like if you don't feel safe, you feel like you're in a place where you can't take care of your body, like it starts to affect the mind as well. And so finding ways to settle your mind so that you can do what needs to be done to get where you need to be to take care of yourself, to take care of your body. So when we were discussing this topic, we were talking about like really what a mantra does for the person that uses it. And it really should be tailored to you in a way to find inner peace. So a part of creating your mantra is figuring out first, what am I missing? Like, what is it that I'm missing in my life that is making me feel confused, making me feel unworthy, making me feel not good enough, like any of those, whatever you feel like is holding you back. What is that thing that is missing that you can bring to your life with a mantra, that you can ground yourself to with a mantra? I started doing this just like on a whim. I don't know if you can see this, but this is my journal right now. And I would consider these probably affirmations, but they probably are a mantra because I put them on here so that every time I look at this journal, I can read them. And a lot of these things are things that like I've been struggling with recently, like feeling worthy, feeling good enough, accepting myself as a work in progress rather than something that has to be finished and perfect already. Doing what's difficult because I know that I need to, and doing it in a way that's loving and compassionate, even when it's hard. Recognizing that the hard work that we're doing is consistent and slow, and that we're doing the hard work that needs to be done for a greater good for our life, you know? So just things that I've always struggled with in my life that I haven't ever been able to get a handle on, and I finally feel like mantras can help me remind myself of that consistently so that I don't fall into bad habits again. And really, like for me, that's what a mantra is for me. It's something that helps me to, it's something easy that I just know that I can come back to when I'm feeling a certain way. So like if I'm just feeling anxious and unworthy, I can just say I'm good enough. And like just hearing that and saying it consistently, your brain starts to believe it's true, and it starts to become that unconscious talking in your mind.
Yeah, you plant a seed, if you will, like an idea in your mind that I am worthy enough, or I'm good enough, to where it's like you gave yourself that idea or that seed in your mind of what you were feeling was like not confident or, you know, worried about things, and planting that seed, and it's like, oh, actually I can change like my feelings about this. I can change the script of it. And writing and saying a mantra like that can really put you on a new path, and it kind of makes you question things in a good way, because you're like, am I good enough? You know, is it a question? Am I good enough? And having that go from a question of, you know, determining whether or not you are,
and seeing that from around you, you can assert that within yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You take control of the narrative, so to speak.
Exactly. You take control of it, and you make it a statement. You make it a fact instead of it being a question.
Yeah, and a fact that is self-affirming, that you decide that. Nobody else around you can decide that for you. And you could have all of the people in the world telling you how incredible you are, and you're never going to believe it if you don't believe it within yourself.
Yeah.
If you aren't self-affirming that.
It starts with you. Accepting compliments is difficult too if you can't accept that confidence yourself.
Accept the compliment. Say thank you.
That's right.
It's hard to just say thank you, but do it.
It's hard to be grateful. It's hard to say thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
In anything.
Because if you don't say thank you, you're just throwing it back. And it's like, oh, thank you, but... And then, like, that makes them feel like shit. So it's like, oh, I made them feel awkward rather than giving them a compliment.
Or you're not even thanking them at all. Just like, you're like, yeah. You know, they're like, hey, you look great today. And you're like,
oh, I got this shirt from Goodwill. Thanks.
Yeah,
like
you write it off. Like, you're not accepting the gift that somebody has given you, which doesn't necessarily line up to mantras, but that's believing in yourself. Like, taking a compliment and accepting that is like someone has given you a compliment, and that's a gift. And to be accepting of that is to like accept yourself. So to not be able to accept yourself is what will keep you back.
I would wager that that is a part of mantras though, because like really, if you're working on building confidence and say you start a mantra of, I am good enough, you know, I have confidence, I am confident, whatever that mantra that you feel like has really sat in your soul and helped you, you're going to start noticing that people are complimenting you more. You know, like you will see an extension of that in reality and around you because people validate what you truly believe. Self-fulfilling prophecy, bro.
That's right.
Boom.
Finding a mantra. I think finding a mantra is a very vital part of this. So you have to kind of dig within yourself and be like, what am I missing here? You know, do I feel confident with myself? Sure. Would say you're good there, you know, but maybe you're not finding a passion, finding something that you can put your energy into that you feel good about. Maybe you don't feel good about your hair. Maybe your hair's too thin. Maybe you're emotionally unstable. Maybe you get upset at things really too fast. Maybe you're mentally having difficulty memorization. You know, it could be anything. Finding what it is. I'm really bad at finding examples. So maybe you're bad at just finding things. And finding what you're missing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Bless you.
I'm sorry.
Finding what you're missing. You know, finding what you need to fulfill to make yourself wholesome is the next key part of like making these mantras. And once you find that, maybe write it down or maybe bring it out to the light and be like, hey, I'm actually lacking in this, or I need to focus on this, or I'm not good enough here in this field.
To write them on like whiteboards on somewhere I know I'm going to see it quite often. We have 2 whiteboards in our kitchen that are full of just mantras and sayings and reminders, and like on my bathroom mirror, like on my journal.
Sticky notes. You
In
can
my
put sticky
phone.
notes anywhere. On your phone. This is a great tool. You could do a lot of things with this. It's not just doom scrolling. You can use the notepad in your phone. It's a good tool. And writing those things down and realizing like, what are you good at? You know, what do you feel confident with? Maybe writing those down and giving yourself that boost and being like, I am great at writing, or I am great at being friends with other people. I'm great at communication. You know, I'm great at having respect for others. I'm great at talking to cats. Whatever it is, like write down the good things too. And from there, you can kind of gauge to what you want your mantra to be and finding that confidence. And sometimes your mantra can be just boosting what is good in your life. It doesn't have to be finding something bad either. Maybe you just want to be like, I am strong in finding new ways to life. You know, it could be something as simple as that.
Exactly. If you're trying to build confidence, just reminding yourself of the good that you have too can be helpful too. So, I mean, really, like a mantra can be whatever you need it to be. There are billions of people on this planet, and each of us have a billion different minds. Like, there is no 2 people alike fully. And so to imagine that you have to do a mantra the same way that somebody else has to do a mantra, it's not feasible. And that's why when you try to tailor one thing in one way and mass produce it to everyone, it's not going to click. You need to go within yourself and figure out what is it I need. And that's hard work. And that's why a lot of people don't do it, because they would rather be spoon-fed something and have it not work for them and be like, well, it didn't work for me. Like, I can just move on and stay in the way that I've been doing my life all this time, even though I'm miserable.
Yeah. Having a simple mantra saying like, I am determined. I'm sure there are plenty of people who say that. I think even Sprite said it a couple weeks ago. That's a very simple mantra. And yeah, you're not going to be original with that one. I'm sorry. Somebody made I am determined before you. And that's fine. It's a great one. It's simple. It's powerful.
Whatever
and
works for
if
you.
it works for you, then that's great. And if you find out that someone else has the same mantra, that's great. You don't have to feel like you're the only one. You can
Yeah, that's not what I was saying. I was just saying finding your mantra doesn't have to be the same path that everyone else is taking.
Right.
Yeah. And once you have a mantra, it's not like that's just the mantra for forever. What's great is now that you've figured out a good way to figure out your mantra and what you want, now you can expand it. It can change. It can mold to whatever you need it to be in that time. You can have 20 at one time. Like I said, Maktub, what will be, has been like my mantra forever. I started reading this, Women Who Run with the Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. And she wrote something that said, what will be transformative. And I was like, what? That's great. So my mantra has expanded to what will be transformative. And it's so true, because just saying what will be is an acceptance of what it is, but realizing what will be transformative puts me back in the seat of I can decide that I will grow from this challenge and I will overcome it and I will be better because of it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
it gives you the power.
Yeah. And that's just like a perfect example of me having a mantra that I'm sure millions of people have. What will be as a mantra. There's songs about it and all of that for good reason. And then having somebody have a different view of it and having it absolutely radicalize my life. And so you can have a mantra and it can shape shift to whatever you need it to be to fit your unique personality. And who knows, you might inspire somebody else to be like, I never thought of it that way.
Exactly. Taking control of that is wonderful. It's good to take care of like your life and be in control of it. If you're not ready for it, then that's okay. Having a simple mantra of being like, what will be is great. It's kind of like letting go or accepting that it's in the fate of someone else. Mm-hmm. But then having, what will be transformative is like, now you are the one in control of it.
Yep.
So that's awesome. Finding inspiration. Where exactly you can find inspiration for mantras? Tons of places. Books, movies. I'm a big movie guy. Instagram. Yeah.
TikTok even. There's lots of influencers who talk about, and if you're not on that algorithm, it's easy to find algorithms that you don't fit into by just typing in what you want to learn.
Maybe you don't know what you want to learn.
Yeah. Just type in inspirational. Guarantee somebody on Instagram or TikTok has #inspirational on their videos, and you might find at least get put into a different algorithm than just doom scrolling and watching people twerking and doing cringy dances.
Yeah, there you go.
Nothing wrong with cringy dances either.
Movies are great. I'm a big movie, but TV shows too. They always kind of throw in simple mantras and feel-good quotes in there just to try to boost people's confidence anyways.
Yeah,
so
even Star Wars.
Of course, Star Wars.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you could.
It's like the classic hero's journey.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. But other people may think like, oh, you got your mantra from Star Wars. And it's like, well, it really spoke to me. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Application. When to use your mantras. I think a lot of times saying it first thing in the day is great.
Yeah.
Geese.
I have my little burp app, my Finch. If you guys are interested in personal growth, Finch is a great app. But one of my Finch tasks is to accept that I'm a work in progress. So every morning I accept that I'm a work in progress.
I'm not a phone guy. I tried Finch. It was cute. I had a little penguin. It had outfits, but after a month, it's like, it's not for me.
Yeah, I'm almost on a year. It's the only app I've ever continued using.
Yeah, and that's okay. I am more of get up in the day and start going. Mm-hmm. I don't like to dawdle. I'm a very task-oriented person.
Yeah,
and having those simple tasks, something very simple to do, like washing the dishes. It's just I did something today. I completed it. I made my bed this morning. And that was a boost of confidence. And from there is when I'll kind of have my mantras or quotes being I'm worthy. I'm determined of this. Saying those is doing a task and realizing that I can fulfill something in my life with the hard work that I can do makes me feel good. And having that mantra is kind of an extra boost of it.
Yeah.
So
that's a prime example of two people having very unique ways of going about using their mantras.
Yeah. And we cohabitate greatly,
Yeah.
So when you've lost its luster, when you have a phrase, a mantra that you've been saying for months, and you kind of realize that,
it's not doing what it used to do.
it doesn't have its magic anymore. What do you do?
Reevaluate. Go back to square one. Like really, like square one is, what am I missing?
Yeah. Go back
Maybe-
to writing things down again. What are you good at? What are
Maybe
you
you
missing?
realized that whatever that mantra was good for, it's like, wow, I've changed that thought process now. I no longer really deal with that difficult thought anymore. That was, affecting my mental health or making it so I was demotivated, making it so I felt unworthy. Yeah. And now you have another thing in your life that's causing a bigger issue that you need to evaluate and create something that'll help balance you out there.
Yeah. If the mantra even itself wasn't like helping and, you were trying to help find your confidence and maybe you had a mantra and as a couple months go by, your confidence drops even more and your mantra wasn't helping at all. In fact, it was kind of hurting your confidence. Then maybe accepting that like the mantra was helpful, it tried and maybe it didn't work and that's okay. Mantras are not a foolproof answer to finding like true happiness and the key to success and finding your partner relationship in life or finding $1 million in your wallet. It's not an answer to everything. And sometimes it's a very trial and error based things, like having a mantra and saying it and then realizing that like, hey, this actually wasn't meant for me. In fact, things kind of went in the opposite direction. It's not the mantra's fault. Things naturally just kind of happen that way anyways. But that mantra might have just been poor timing or just maybe not exactly tailored to what it should have been. And that's okay. Understanding that these things happen is normal and forgiving it and trying to find a new mantra that matches where you're at to try to help you get in the direction that you want to is what's important.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're like me and you're very spiritual and still very scientific and logical and you're like, okay, like you've got me. Mantras sound awesome, but I need to know why this works. Neuroscience shows that what we say to ourselves and what we repeat to ourselves, it becomes the unconscious rumination within our mind. So a lot of times we have adopted the words that were said to us when we were children or by partners, words that have been repeated to us over and over and over again. And so our mind has adopted those as our own self-talk. And this happens unconsciously in the back of our mind. And when you're using a mantra, you're retraining those unconscious thought processes to work in your favor so that what was once a self-talk that was negative towards yourself, brought you down and made you feel unworthy and demotivated, now you have taken control back and you're repeating these words to yourself so that you have control over your own mind and you are the one deciding that I'm training my mind to have this unconscious thought process instead.
Yeah.
So that is the science behind why this works. And it is also a spiritual process in my thoughts as well.
Absolutely.
And across the world, it's a spiritual practice. So
It was a great spiritual practice. And if it's not a spiritual thing for you, if you're not a spiritual person, maybe you're just kind of very materialistic, that's okay. Just having a quote like that anyways to have a good goal to shoot for the day to kind of keep you going that's a great outcome.
and if
for
it
a
works,
mantra.
it works. That's your science right there. There's your data.
Yeah. There's the facts, folks. So anything else to add about mantras?
I don't think so. So tell us, what do you think about mantras? After watching this, has it changed your mind? Has it opened your eyes to anything? Do you have anything to add to what we've said that we didn't touch on? Let us know in the comments.
Did you have different ideas about mantras? Are our thoughts about mantras not the same as yours?
Are you from a
Are they the
different
same?
cultural background that taught mantras differently? I'd love to hear about that.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. I love to keep doing these podcasts. It's been therapeutic for
Absolutely.
sure. A lot goes on in life, and coming to a place like this to kind of come back and have conversations feels really good.
it does. Taking time out.
That's right. Taking time out.
And thank you for taking time out to hang out with us today. We'll see you next time on
Thank
Think
you.
Outside the Coop. Think outside the coop. Think outside. outside the coop. Think outside the coop. Think outside the coop.
Just got boombox with it.
I can't beatbox.
Thanks for joining today.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.